to get started here. And Miss Elizabeth told me that you guys sometimes do a welcome song. So I thought we can do a welcome song today too. So why don't everybody, can you stand up? And I'll show you the song, okay? You guys ready? Maybe you could do it with me because we're gonna do some clapping. Can you guys clap? That's good, that's easy, that's good. And then we're gonna have to bend over and touch our toes. Can you guys do that? Oh, you guys are good. Okay, are we ready? Let's try it, okay? Welcome, welcome everyone. Now it's time to have some fun. First we'll clap our hands just so. Then we'll bend and touch our toes. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now it's time to have some fun. Good job, guys. Should we do it one more time?
Yeah.
And then we'll sit down. Okay, you guys ready? Welcome, welcome everyone. Now it's time to have some fun. First we'll clap our hands just so. Then we'll bend and touch our toes. Welcome, welcome everyone. Now it's time to have some fun. Good job. Give yourselves a clap. That was great. Let's sit down, and I'm going to get my special bag here. I have some special books in here today. Are you guys ready? Do you have any ideas? Leaves? Leaves are fun to read about. Does anybody else have any other ideas? Any ideas? Trees? Trees are fun to read about. There's lots of fun books about trees. Signs? Ooh, that's cool too. I'm gonna give you a hint, okay? Let me find it. Ooh, airplanes are fun too. Let me give you a hint. Pumpkin. You're right. Have any of you guys seen a pumpkin before?
I saw one before.
Yeah? Pumpkins are fun, and this time of year, you see pumpkins a lot. I see pumpkins a lot.
And there's some at Gwenda's yard too.
There's some in people's yards. There's some at the grocery store sometimes. There's some out in fields. There's lots of pumpkins around. So I'm gonna let you guys take this pumpkin and you can pass it around and look at it. You can feel it. Some of it's a little bit smooth and some of it's a little bit bumpy. Do you wanna take the pumpkin and you can pass it behind you? You can look at it and feel it. Do any of you have pumpkins at your house? No?
Me.
You do? It's good.
I do.
You do too?
Yeah. I got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7.
That's a lot of pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I have 2.
You have 2. What do you guys, have any of you guys grown pumpkins? Like in a garden?
No. I have a pumpkin at my house.
Yeah.
We paint 2 pumpkins at our house.
That's very fun. Well, we're gonna read our first book, and you guys can keep passing the pumpkin around, and we're gonna read our first book about pumpkins. That's our first book. This one's called It's Pumpkin Time by Zoe Hall.
But Shelly Hall?
Ooh, what do you think all of those are? Berries, maybe? What do you think?
Like leaves?
It looks kind of like leaves. Maybe it's something from inside the pumpkin. Seeds.
Yeah,
Let's
they
see.
have seeds.
All summer long, my brother and I get ready for our favorite holiday. Can you guess what it is?
Halloween. Yeah.
Halloween.
And I said I'm going to be with you. And I'm going to be with you at Halloween today.
That's fun. We'll talk about it after we read the book real quick. Can you guess what we do to get ready for Halloween?
We put up the decoration.
We plant a jack-o'-lantern patch. Let's see how they do it. First, I turn the soil with the shovel, and my brother uses the spade to dig narrow rows just 1 inch deep. Then we drop in the pumpkin seeds and cover them up with soil. We water them and wait for the sun to warm them. And before long, the little seeds grow tiny roots and small green shoots poke up out of the ground.
Yeah, and they make big size like that.
Just like this on the next page. Look at that. The shoots grow into vines, and the vines grow longer and longer. Every week, we water them and pull out the weeds. Lots of weeds. Soon we see the buds where the flowers will bloom. Yellow flowers show us where our pumpkins will grow. At first, the pumpkins are green and tiny. Does that look kind of like our pumpkin that we passed around?
No.
Not yet. But they grow bigger.
They grow bigger.
They're getting bigger
From the
and bigger.
bigger.
Soon it is fall, and our great big pumpkins change color from green to yellow to orange. Now they are ready to be picked. We have never grown such big pumpkins.
Yeah, big pumpkins are really heavy.
Pumpkins can be very heavy. Mom and Dad help us cut the pumpkins from the vines. We gather them into a wheelbarrow and we take them home. It's Halloween at last. We draw faces on our pumpkins, and Mom and Dad help us to cut them, hollow them out, and light candles inside. Now they are jack-o'-lanterns. This is my favorite. Can you guess what we do next? What do you think they do next?
Trick-or-treating.
Maybe they go trick-or-treating?
Yeah, making the pumpkin pie.
Ooh, maybe they make pumpkin pie. Let's see what they do. We put on our costumes. It's time for trick-or-treat. Happy Halloween. And then this shows some pictures of how a pumpkin plant grows underneath the ground.
Put the seed that grows into the vine.
Isn't that cool? How pumpkins grow and grow and grow. Let's see. I'm gonna get out our next book. Are you guys ready? This one's a fun one to read. I'll tell you what the title is. Plumpily, Dumpily, Pumpkin. Can you say that? Plumpily, Dumpily, Pumpkin. This is a fun one. Look at that guy with his pumpkin. Here we go. Peter's looking for a pumpkin. A perfect, plumpily, dumpily pumpkin. What kind of animal do you think Peter is?
A tiger.
A tiger. Not a lumpily, bumpy pumpkin. Not a stumpy, grumpy pumpkin, but a sunny, sumptuous pumpkin. Finally, on a twinning vine, he spies a pumpkin, fat and fine. Not too fat, though, not at all. Not too short and not too tall. Not some squat, lopsided pumpkin, but a glossy lot of pumpkin. But why does Peter want a pumpkin? Want a showy, glowy pumpkin? What do you think?
Big pumpkin pie.
Ooh, to make a big pumpkin pie? Or maybe for Halloween? Is he gonna make pumpkin pickles?
No, I knew it.
Or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin pie.
Will he make pumpkin pudding or pumpkin fry? Pumpkin salad or pumpkin stew? What is Peter going to do? With his pumpkin home at last, Peter starts in working fast.
Fast?
Carried it home and now he's working fast. Let's see what he does. He draws some eyes and draws a chin, and then he draws a plumply, dumply grin.
Jack-o'-lantern.
Helps his dad carve into place a simply dimply dumpling face. Lights a light behind the grin to start it glowing from within. Later, he wins the most applause. And it's really no surprise because perfect pumpkins really do make perfect jack-o'-lanterns too. Look at that. He made a jack-o'-lantern and he won a prize. And there he is, going home. What's your favorite thing to do with a pumpkin?
Make it into a jack-o'-lantern.
Ooh, make it into a jack-o'-lantern? There's a lot of fun things you can do with pumpkins, huh? Have you guys made it into a pumpkin pie?
Yes.
That sounds really yummy.
Pumpkin cakes.
Pumpkin cakes?
I make another cupcake.
Ooh, pumpkin cupcakes. That sounds very fun.
Pumpkin muffins
Pumpkin muffins?
and pumpkin.
That's very fun. Well, I have a fun song to sing about pumpkins. And I have some special things I'm going to put on our special board here. So I'm going to sing it, and then I'm going to have you guys help me sing it. Do you guys think you're ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay, this one's called 5 Little Pumpkins Sitting on a Gate. You guys ready? 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. The first one says, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one says, "Oh, there's frost in the air." But the third one says, "We don't care." The fourth one says, "Let's run and run and run." The fifth one says, "I'm ready for some fun." Ooh, went the wind, and out went the lights, and the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Do you guys think you can help me with that song? I'm going to have some of you come up and help me, okay? Can I have one? We'll take turns. How about that? Can you come up here, and I'll give you a pumpkin, and you sit right here, and you can sit right there. Who else would you like to help? You can come sit right here. Would you like to help with a pumpkin? Do you want to help with a pumpkin? Or you want to wait? Do one of you want to help with a pumpkin? Do you want to help? Yeah? Okay, I'll have you help at the end. Can you help me at the end? Does that sound good? Okay. All right, you ready? Let's try it. 5 little pumpkins sitting on a gate. Can you be our first pumpkin? Put the first pumpkin up. The first one says, "Oh my, it's getting late." Good job. Can you put our second one up? The second one says, "Oh, there's frost in the air." Good job. Can you put up our third one? The third one says, "But we don't care." Good job. Can you put up number 4? Can you put it up? The fourth one says, let's run and run and run. There we go. And the fifth one says, it's time to have some fun. Ooh, went the wind, and out went the lights. Can you come help? And the 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Can you get all of our pumpkins and roll them off there? No. Good job, guys. Thank you so much. All right, I have another book for us to read, but I want to ask you, what is the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? How big was it? Can you show me with your hands? I think the biggest one I've ever seen was like this big.
The biggest pumpkin I ever seen was about this big.
About that big?
Yeah.
That's a big pumpkin.
And the pumpkin I never see like that small.
You've seen some small ones too? There are tiny little pumpkins, huh? Kind of like the pumpkin we passed around.
I like it. I like it.
That big?
Yeah,
That would be a big one. And tiny ones too. You like big pumpkins? Well, guess what? This book is all about some big pumpkins and how big we think pumpkins can get. Let's read it. This one's called, How Big Could Your Pumpkin Grow? Let's see.
And the pumpkin was 5 years old. Yeah.
At the pumpkin farm, we pick the perfect pumpkin. Some are little, some are big, and some are giant size. Look at that, it's just the right size for a head for the scarecrow. Giant pumpkin festivals are tons of fun. Will the biggest pumpkin set a world record? Whoa, that pumpkin's bigger than the boy. That's a pretty big pumpkin. What can you do with an enormous pumpkin? Carve it into a boat and race in the regatta. Row, row, row your pumpkin. Have you ever seen someone ride in a pumpkin boat?
No.
Some people really do that every year. They have a special pumpkin boat race. Isn't that funny? The legendary Paul Bunyan and his blue ox, Babe, were giants too. They like to think big. If they gave you giant pumpkin seeds, how big could your pumpkin grow? Could you grow a big pumpkin if they gave you some big seeds? I think so. Would it rise as high as hot air balloons at the fall fiesta fair? Do you think that pumpkin is real or pretend? Do you think it's real? I think on this page it's pretend now. Or would it beam as bright as a lighthouse on the beach? That's a big pumpkin.
Yeah, I look like a scary one.
Uh-huh. Oh, this one's cute. It has a smiley face. Your gigantic pumpkin could glow like the skyscrapers, but watch out. Horns will honk on the bridge when it blocks traffic. Beep, 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 beep. They do things big in Texas. Would your giant pumpkin be a boss in a jumbo cowboy hat?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big pumpkin. Look, the house is so tiny down here, but the pumpkin is really big. I think it's just pretend. Or would it be a hungry monster gobbling riders on the tallest, fastest roller coaster? That's a scary pumpkin.
Yeah, that is silly.
Imagine if your pumpkin was too immense for hide and seek, and it couldn't even hide behind the Capitol dome. It can't even hide behind a big building, huh?
I think I love to play hide and seek with my mom and my
perhaps your mighty pumpkin could grow up to be president. Hail to the chief. Have you guys seen Mount Rushmore? It's on a mountain and they carve the president's heads in it, but they put a pumpkin there.
I saw one in the
Just in this book for pretend. Would your stupendous pumpkin make a super splash atop a towering waterfall? Wow. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Wouldn't your astronomical pumpkin smile to see a rocket zoom into space?
Yeah.
That pumpkin's almost as tall as the rocket. Could the most colossal pumpkin fill the Grand Canyon? Who knows? Isn't it fun to imagine giant pumpkins everywhere you go?
Oh, like that is a scary one.
The end. What if there was a pumpkin as big as this rug? Would that be a big pumpkin?
Yeah.
I think so. That would be pretty big. What if it was as big as this whole room? Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That would be a very big pumpkin. What would we do with a pumpkin that big?
Make it into a big pumpkin pie.
That sounds delicious. We could
Cut it.
probably feed the whole town with a pumpkin that big, huh?
Cut it.
We can do lots of fun things with a pumpkin. What's your favorite thing about pumpkins?
My favorite thing is turning them into jack-o'-lanterns.
Turning them into jack-o'-lanterns. Have you made a jack-o'-lantern this year, or are you still waiting?
Last time. I
Last
made a
year?
jack-o'-lantern. My favorite thing is going trick-or-treating with them.
Going trick-or-treating. You probably see jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins when you go trick-or-treating, huh? All right, guys, well, that's the end of the books that I have today. So we're going to sing a song to finish our closing song, and then I have a craft if you want to stay and do an activity, all right? So can you guys stand up and help me with our closing song? You guys ready? This one we get to do some fun things too, all right? So we're gonna put our hands up and put our hands down, and we're gonna turn ourselves around, and we're gonna clap, and we're gonna jump. We have a lot of stuff. You guys ready to sing the song? Yeah. All right. Hands go up and hands go down. I can turn myself around. I can jump upon 2 shoes. I can clap and so can you. I can wave, I'll show you how. Story time is done for now. Good job, guys. Thank you for joining us for story time.